Helo pawb, Aunty Chris sydd yma. Mae diwrnod braf heddiw. It's a lovely day today. Well, my story today is about a creature called a Hullabaloo. Now, I've never met a Hullabaloo in my life. I don't know if you have. So, should we have this story about a Hullabaloo? So, now, mae'n amser is story time. So, this is the Hullabaloo. Can you see him? He looks a nice creature, doesn't he? From all of the children, there's only a few who've ever set eyes on the Hullabaloo. He's big and he's bold and he's tall and he's blue. He looks like a bear with a head like a shrew. His paws are ginormous with claws like a rake. His long wide-eared tail is the length of a snake. He's scared of the dark, but more on that later. He lives in a hole the size of a crater. One stormy night, as he lay down to rest, ooh, his bedroom was cosy and warm like a nest. He lay on his pillow and turned out the light when a noise from the darkness gave him a fright. I wonder what it is. What was that sound? The Hullabaloo said and pulled the duvet up over his head. Could it be someone who needed his help? For the sound was a bit like a cry or a yelp. It was cold, it was dark, it was scary and wet. The thought of leaving his house made him sweat. I can't go outside, he thought to himself. What if I'm eaten by a goblin or elf? But just as he hid from the thunder and rain, the terrible noise cried out once again. This time, the sound was especially near, as loud as a horn and incredibly clear. The Hullabaloo knew he couldn't ignore the terrible noise from the dark anymore. And even if such a thing gave him a fright, he had to be brave and go into the night. Oh, he's so good, isn't he? So although he was scared and starting to shiver, the Hullabaloo ran off down to the river. But as he got near to the water, he found some unusual footprints set on the ground. Oh, I wonder what it is. The Hullabaloo ran. He tried to be quick, but he stumbled and tripped up over a stick. And hitting the floor with an almighty thud, he looked up and saw something stuck in the mud. He couldn't make out what the shadowy figure, maybe a rabbit, but quite a bit bigger. Not quite a beaver and not quite a mole. 10 times the size of a mouse or a vole. Oh, so I wonder what it is. The clouds disappeared and the moon shivered bright. Suddenly, the darkness turned into light. Sending before him was a face that he knew. His friend, Mr. Badger, was stuck fast as glue. The Hullabaloo quivered. Before he could worry, Mr. Badger exclaimed, "Help me! Please, hurry! I'm trapped in the mud by my arms and my feet. I was only out looking for something to eat." Oh, poor Mr. Badger. The Hullabaloo moved as quick as a flash. He dived in the mud with a splish and a splash. Within just a moment, his good friend was free and was rescued to safety under a tree. "Oh, thank you, dear friend. I've had such a fright. If it wasn't for you, I'd have been here all night. And even a badger like me could get hurt if you hadn't pulled me out of the dirt." The Hullabaloo agreed without question. "If you're still hungry, I've got a suggestion. Before we get eaten by an eagle or snake, come to my house and we'll have tea and cake." Mr. Badger smiled to himself as he knew that tonight he had learned that one thing was true. From all of the badgers, there's only a few with a friend as good as the Hullabaloo. And he was a good friend, wasn't he? And there he is. That was lovely. So nawr, mae'n amser dweud hwyl fawr. Barod? Hwyl fawr ffrindiau, hwyl fawr ffrindiau, hwyl fawr ffrindiau, mae'n amser dweud hwyl fawr. Goodbye friends, goodbye friends, goodbye friends, it's time to say goodbye. Hwyl fawr, goodbye.